everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. The last 2 weeks, our theme has been apples and pumpkins. And then we have this interesting week by itself where we have Halloween, because Halloween falls this week. So we're going to extend our apples and pumpkins, and we're also going to add some spiders into the mix before changing out almost everything next week to go into our November themes. So let me show you how our classroom is set up. For the last 2 weeks, we've had dyed rice in our sensory bin, this very same dyed rice that you see now, and we had plastic pumpkins in there and some scoops. And those pumpkins were such a nice size for their hands to hold while scooping and pouring and scooping and pouring. They've done that for 2 weeks now. I think that they would love to have another week with the rice. And since we've added spiders to our theme, I removed the pumpkins and I put some spider cups in there and some little pretend spiders. And then we have our drain spout. This drain spout is a fun addition to the whole scooping and pouring thing that they absolutely love to do, because now instead of just scooping and pouring, they get to actually put it down the spout. And last year they loved this so much that I know they're going to have a fun time with it this year. One of our fine motor activities is going to be doing some scissor skills with our 3-year-olds, and I actually printed these out on cardstock. This is a free printable that I created, and I'll put a link in the description. And I like making, there's 4 on a page, and I cut them out so that you have 4 smaller cards. This way it's easier for them to hold in their smaller hands. And they're simply going to cut starting where the little scissor icon is, and then they'll cut up to the spider. Another activity that I have, it's a free printable that I created, and again, the link is in the description, and these are spider counting cards. They go up to 8, and then I have the printable spider webs with the number underneath each web, and I also have a sheet of just spiders, and so after you print them, you just cut them out so the spiders are individual, and then you invite your children to put that many spiders on the spider web. Another little fun activity, fine motor activity that I put together, I had tons of these spider rings, and I was thinking, what can I do with these? And I thought, you know, they'd be great to slip on a dowel. And we already had this tray with these dowels. It was part of another activity that had different wood beads. So I removed the beads and the pattern cards that came with it. And now we just simply have the spiders, the spider rings, and then they just put the spiders onto the dowel and let them drop down. One of our art activities this week is going to be painting with golf balls. This is one of my favorite techniques. I like using the golf balls for the younger children. You can use marbles for your older children. I cut the paper so that it's the same size as the container, and then they're going to move the golf ball with both hands back and forth, and it's going to leave a white trail. So when we actually do this, there'll be paint on those golf balls, and they make what we're going to call spider webs, and then we're going to take a foam spider and put it on top of the web. A few weeks ago, we introduced the pestle and mortar to our children, and they ground chalk. We put pieces of chalk in there and then grinding the chalk until they made powder. It was a fun fine motor activity for them. So I thought what we would do this time is they're going to take orange chalk, they're going to grind it up, and then they're going to put it into another container, and we're going to squeeze some water onto the ground up chalk, and that's going to make orange paint. And then they're going to take that orange paint and they're going to paint pumpkins with it. And the pumpkins is a free printable, and I'll put a link in the description. But what I love about this is that there's so much process going on as they grind the chalk. They loved it so much last time, so I thought that would be a fun way to make our own paint to paint pumpkins. The last 2 weeks at our science table, we have explored pumpkins, the outside and the inside of pumpkins. And now we've taken those away and we are exploring spiders. So we have different pretend spiders that are on this table. We have some spider books and we have a little spider discovery bottle. And the children can sit and explore the different types of spiders. So we did change out the light table. And this week I decided to add some pom-pom transferring. And our children love using pom-poms, they love the feeling of them, and so I took the little party pumpkins that we have had so much fun with in other areas of our classroom, and the children can then put the pom-poms into the small pumpkins, and they can either use the bug tongs or they can use tweezers. And then we have this fun kind of a large motor math activity that we're actually borrowing these pumpkin cups from our church for their trunk or treat, and it says on the bottom that they're from Target, and we're going to then drop the rings into the bucket. Just another fun way to get the body moving while we're also working on number recognition and counting skills. So this farmer's market this will be its 3rd week up. And we are going to keep it the same because the children have really enjoyed playing in it. So that's how we have the classroom set up for our merging our apples and pumpkins theme with our spiders theme. We're going to wrap that all up this week, and then next week we'll move on to leaves and squirrels and more of our fall themes before we get into Thanksgiving. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon so that you can get notices every time I publish a new video. Thanks for watching.